Hey guys, just want to take you through another back workout. Couple weeks post show, still enjoying my rebound. Morning weight 290. So I like to usually start my back workout with a type of pull down. I usually like to use the rope because I can really separate my arms and drive my elbows back and get a really good squeeze in my lower to mid back. So I'm standing more upright here, targeting the lower to mid back, getting a good squeeze in there, driving the elbows back. And then I'll do that for the first half, and then what I do is I put my body horizontal and I switch, and now what I'm doing is I'm targeting more my lats and my upper back here, just by keeping my keeping bent over here. It's all upper lats here. It's like a dumbbell pullover, and that's usually how I like to start warm up on my back day. 3 sets there. Today we decided to go with the assisted pull-ups. I like these better than just regular body weight ones. With the body weight ones, I get a lot of tension on my biceps and forearms and stuff. And like this, I can really concentrate on getting a good squeeze with my lats. Because since it's assisted, just put enough weight just to help me pull up. But I'll usually alternate these with some lat pull downs or a lat variation on my second back workout of the week. We did 4 sets there, 2 wide, really wide grip, 2 narrow grip, but I just showed the wide grip there. Then we would decide to go over to a row. We did some T-bar rows there. Not crazy weight, like I said. I haven't really been able to use crazy weight with this movement or any type of bent over row because of my lower back issues. So this is pretty heavy for me, and also just coming back from the show. And I also, as you notice, I like to use the 25 so I can get more of a stretch and a squeeze. As you can see here, a lot of guys make a mistake always usually putting on the 45s, but the 45s end up hitting their chest and they're not able to drive those elbows back more behind them, which is what you want to do with rows. You want to try and get those elbows behind you as far back as you can. So with the 25s you can. So here we did about 3-4 sets of those, the T-bar rows. Just a little bit of spread action there, trying to get that back nice and big and detailed. Then we decided to go to a pull down. Like I said, I usually like to vary a pull down with a row and then a pull down with a row. And I usually do 2 pull downs and 4 row exercises. Here we're doing underhand grip, trying to target a little bit more to the lower to mid back when using the underhand grip. And I like to use the easy curl bar. It's just easier on my wrist, puts you in a better position. And we did about 3 sets over there, increasing weight as we go. And then we just went to another row movement. We decided to do 1-arm dumbbell rows here using the 150s. As you can see, I'm driving my elbow back behind me towards my hips, not straight up and down like most people do. And they ended up turning into an upper back and rear delt and rhomboid movement, when really it should be more targeted for your lats. So you want to drive with that elbow along your side of your hips to really engage the lat more, instead of straight up and down like you see a lot of people do in the gym. So as you can see here, I'm driving that elbow back towards my hip, not straight up and down. It's not the best angle to see here, but from the side you can see it a lot more. So we decided to do 3-4 sets over there. Like I said, and then with these I alternate with the machine. I'll do a machine 1-arm row one day, and then my next session I'll probably usually do dumbbells. I like to switch it up. And then we went to another type of pull down, the hammer strength under grip pull down, the one Dorian used to like to use. I really like this machine a lot. Hits the lower to mid back, lower lat to mid back here, just getting a really good stretch as you can see, as much as I can, and really trying to drive that elbow behind me, get that elbow behind me so I get maximum contraction. We did, like usual, we did one-handed 2 sets, so 2 sets, and then we did 2 sets of 2-handed, just for something different. But I really like the one-handed a lot better, because you get much more of a stretch and a good squeeze, as you've seen in my other videos how I like to use one-handed. As you can see here, I'm really getting that elbow behind me. When you do 2-hand, it's hard to get that elbow behind you because your other side of your back is contracting at the same time, so it kind of stops it. But yeah, just really trying to drive that elbow behind you as far back as you can, and getting a really good stretch is the key here with this movement. And as you can see here, then we went to 2-handed, just something different, a little different variation, just to try to hit the back a little bit differently. Same type of thing. I feel I'm hitting a little bit more mid back here when I'm doing the 2-handed, because I'm not able to drive that elbow as far back. as I can with the one-handed, but it's good to vary it up since you're here anyways. So instead of doing 4 sets of, say, one-handed, I'd do 2 sets one-handed, 2 sets two-handed, and just hits the back a little bit differently. And that's the key, is variety, hitting the back from different angles all the time. And then we decided to go with a high row to target the upper back and rear delts and rhomboids, which I always like to do in my back workout. So as you can see here, really keeping the elbows up. You'll see when I goes to the side that I'm really trying to exaggerate and keep those elbows as high as possible to target the upper back, traps, rhomboids, etc. I usually do this at the end of my back workout to kind of transition into hitting my rear delts. And from there we did 3 sets, and then we went into some rear pec deck for the rear delts. Did a heavier set here with the stack, just trying to get, I usually like the high reps, but I also like to hit, I'll do 1 set, a little bit lower reps, like 8 to 10 reps, just a little bit something different, something a little bit heavier to shock the muscles. But I usually like higher reps when it comes to shoulders, usually 12 to 15 reps. As you can see, my hand grip here is inside the thing. I don't like to grip the handles. I find that the grip takes a lot of the emphasis away from your rear delts. Like this, by pushing against the handles, it's all rear delt doing the work here. Your hand and your wrists and forearms can't get involved, like if you grip the bar. So I like to keep my hands inside there, just push apart. And then what I usually do on my back day, we end up with biceps. We decided to do some just a type of preacher, standing preacher curls with the easy bar. Nothing crazy, just 25-pound dumbbells, but trust me, they feel heavy. Only been, a couple arm workouts after the show. And then here you can see just trying to get some force reps near the end there, just trying to get some body weight. Keep it as strict as possible for the first bunch of reps, and then use a little bit of body momentum just to squeeze out those last couple force reps, which I believe really creates that growth. Force reps, like I always say, force reps equals force growth. So, as strict as possible for the first bunch, as many as you can, and then don't be scared to use a little bit of momentum just to force out those last couple, because those last couple is what's going to create the growth. And as you can see here, got the crazy pump going on here still, very insulin sensitive. And then we decided to finish off with some rope hammer curls. I always like to do a type of hammer curl, a variation at the end of my bicep workouts. So just using the rope, just try to get a good squeeze and getting a good stretch at the bottom. We ended up doing a couple sets of these, and I really like these a lot. It really hits the long head of the bicep and really fills in that lower area of the arm. So like I said, I always like to do some type of hammer curl during my workout, either usually maybe doing a hammer concentration curl, or I like to do these. I usually superset these with some calves at the end just to finish them off, and then not to waste too much time in there. So that just takes you through another back workout, and stay tuned, I got more coming, guys.